Hi everyone, welcome to Pesa Academy. And today we are going to see about directives in Angular. In last video we have seen about data bindings in Angular, how we can go and we can bind our data from component to template and from template to component. And with the help of two-way data binding, we can go and we can bind the data from component to template and template to component, vice versa. We can go and we can do. Now, generally, directives plays a role that when you go and get the data as a response, and that data you want to go and you want to modify, that way you can go and you can achieve that with the help of the our directives. So there are some of the built-in types. With the help of that, you can go and you can manage your form, list, styles, and whatever the user can see on the web browser, that we can go and we can manage with the help of our these directives. So before Angular 17, when control flow was not introduced, so that time built-in type was three types: component directives, attribute directives, and structural directives. Now in Angular 20, we have only two directives, built-in two directives. One is the component directives, and one is the your attribute directives. And component directives are those which are by default whenever you create a component. So it will go and it will have a template that is your .html file. So most commonly we are going to use this component directives. When you talk about this attribute directives, so with the help of these attribute directives, we can go and you can change the styles with the some condition which will go and which will whatever the expression we are going to write based on the value true and the false, it will go and it will apply to the whatever the element or the text we have, this will be get applied. One of the examples you can go and you can take as a attribute directive is your time sheet. So in time sheet we have the different, like if you apply the there will be the boxes, and if you go and if you apply the holiday, so it will go and it will have a different color. If national holiday will be there, it will be the different color. So for every specific holiday there is a separate color is there, and that will be get applied to the our text boxes. So that is one of the example of attribute directives. Like normally, whatever the CSS we write, we can go and you can apply the CSS to the our HTML elements. But when you go and want to apply the CSS based on the conditions, so we need to go and you need to achieve that with the help of this attribute directives. And in this, if you see, we have the three types of directives we have. One is the ng class, one is the ng style, and the other one is the ng model. So already we have seen the ng model with the two-way data binding. For this ng model, we have to go and we have to import the forms model from the library at the rate angular forward slash forms. So these are the built-in directives, and we'll go and see the example of these attribute directives because already we have seen the component, right? We have created multiple components, header, footer, home components, and how we can go and you can display that. Already we have seen these component directives, and in the upcoming classes also we are going to learn more about the our component directives. So we'll go and we'll see these attribute directives, how this attribute directives is going to work with the help of this ng and the ng class. So most commonly, if you see in the real time as well, this ng class is most frequently used as compared to the ng style. We'll go and we'll see all the examples of this one. And already we have seen this examples of our ng model with the two-way data binding, how the value will going to be changed from component to your view, and whenever you are doing the changes in the view, it will be get updated to the your components. Now suppose your requirement is not fulfilled with this built-in directives, then you can go and you can create your own custom directives as well. So how we can go and you can create the custom directives? So we have the Angular CLI, which is NGGE, and your directive name, and G stands for generate and D stands for your directives. So it will go and it will create the directives for you. And as I told you, or let me go and show you how this is going to create the directives. So I will go and I will create a folder over here inside this SRC of compo directives. So let me go and click on this SRC, go to this, and suppose I have created directives. Okay. Now I will go to the path of this one. So open integrated terminal. And over here, I will go and I will write CMD, change to CMD, then CLS, then NG, G, and then D. And suppose I have written as a highlight as a our directives name. And now if you see, it has created. So except component, whatever you are going to create like pipes or directives, it will go and it will create only two files. So we have created the custom directives over here. And this is the syntax by default syntax over here, directives. It is getting from the library at the rate angular forward slash code. And then it has the selector, which is the app highlight directive. So whatever the logic we are going to write for these directives, just you have to use this selector name. Wherever you are going to use this selector name, whatever the logic you have written over here, that will be get applied to that. We'll go and see. And this aspect.ts file is like to write the unit testing. So whatever the logic we have written over here, we'll go and you write the unit testing for this one. Now, before going to see the examples of all these, we need some library to make our UI look good and feel. So if you see over here, just we are using some normal, whatever the default HTML over here. Now I want to go and add something CSS. So instead of going to write the normal cascading style sheet, I can go and I can include the bootstrap. And just I have to go and I have to use the CSS, predefined CSS, and that will be get applied to this one. So to install that, let me go to the our root command over here. Okay, so it will go and it will open over here. See this. And to install, already I have talked about this bootstrap. So it will go and it will search in their ecosystem and it will go and it will install the bootstrap for you. And okay, we'll go and it'll update later. Now they have the new version of 11.5.1. So I will go and will update to this one. So now if you see, it has installed the 107 packages. Now I have to go and have to include. So there are the two ways you can go and you can include. Either one is you have to go to the Angular.js. And over here we have the CSS and the style is there. You can see over here we have the style. Inside this, all the style file you can go and you can include. Or we have the directly I can go and I can open this style.css. And over here I can go and I can import the library which I have installed. So import, okay, and then kill, and then suppose, or directly I can go and I can include node underscore modules. Then over here, sorry, okay, node underscore modules. Then bootstrap over here. Then this, then CSS because we have to go and have to work on the CSS. And there is a mini.file will be there. Bootstrap min.css. Just save. And once you go and save, So let it is running. Okay, let me go and run this. ng application is not running over here. So ng is -o. Once it will run, it will go and it will update this over here. I think I have closed from here. Just I deleted, so it has one close. Okay, so there is a info changes in here. Not directly, I can go and again do like this as well. Input. We can go and again do this way as well. Here. It's not able to find the path. X, CSS, and then bootstrap main.css. And let me close this, save. No. Now it is successfully. So just I have given the path, it was not able to flash the query. Now whenever you go and you'll apply, now you can see the button style, all the text for has been changed. Now let me go to the your app, and there is a class, like if you see it is style, is styling, start from here, right? From the left hand side. So I will go and I will apply over here. That is div dot container, and I will put all this. So now I have put all the tab over here. And now you can see we got the some spaces from the here. If I go and make it large, so you'll able to see this much space it has created from the our. Now, if I have to go and use like HTML, any of the CSS, if I have to use, suppose I have open over here, and now for button, if I have to go and use the class, so over here, if I go and use class and BTN, and BTN, suppose warning, it will go and it will display in the yellow color. Now you can see the CSS has been applied to this one. Now if I have to go and use like in B3, now you can see in B3 margin bottom. So it has created the space over here as well. Like if I go and create like SM, now you can see the sort text also has been created as a sort over here. So this way you can go and you can use the CSS over here. So now we have completed the theoretical part of directives. So in our next class, we'll see all the examples of ng style, and how we can go and you can use the our custom directives. So you can go and you can achieve the custom directives over here. So if you go and see, like already I have created, like you can go and you can use apply this ng class on the with the string array and as well as the object. Object means it will go and it will have the key and the value here. So it will go and it will have like single opening and the closing. And inside this, it will go and it will have the your class name and then your expression name if your expression is going to return. So suppose over here, if I have written success, and here it will be the true. If I have to go and apply more class over here, then I can go and again apply over here, and suppose so whatever the expression, it will go and it will evaluate as a true or the false. It will go and it will give the value as a true or false. So we'll go and we'll see in our next class how we can go and you can apply this. So thank you for watching.